Hello, great people. Welcome back to Global Happenings. Today, we're so excited to have you again. The political climate is getting hotter and warmer by the day as all the presidential aspirants and political parties are preparing for the forthcoming election in the month of February 2023. But yesterday, something very interesting happened as one of a nation's newspaper editor who says he is Nigerian most decorated columnist and he's also a honorary fellow of the Nigerian Academy of Letters, recipient of the National Productivity Order of Merit, the poet and also a novelist that's talking about Sam Omatseye came up with a write-up which for many it wasn't an interesting one because it said so much things that are out of place. The worst was that the caption of it was obituary, which most people interpreted it from different perspective, and he made Nigerians understand that actually Obi has turned out to be an excuse for even closet Biafrans to betray open emotions about Biafra without being accused of it. He said a lot of things which most people did not find it funny. All of a sudden, supporters of Peter Obi came up so strong against him, such that he had to come on his Twitter page to tell Nigerians to send a write up to Mr. B. Say, Mr. Peter Obi, call your supporters to order. They are calling and issuing death threats. If anything happens to me, you will be held responsible. And this kind of reflected back to what Reno Omokri also said. He went further to say, I can excuse those who think that being stingy is good for the economy because they are looking at how they run their family and personal finances, but no economy works in history by saving money. It stifle the economy. But then Nigerians came up so strong against the young man to a point that he was one of the most trending topic on Twitter. But right now, Reno Omokri has come out to make a very interesting statement about this young man, Sam Omatseye, and he is putting up this in sync with IPOB because according to Sam Omatseye, he was talking about that IPOB has decided also to be a part of what is happening. They have forgotten about, their plan, Biafran and all of that, and they have decided to support Peter Obi. So Reno Omokri, after the serious attack, Reno Omokri came up, and this is what he has to say about IPOB and Sam Omatseye. According to report, the former aide to former President Goodluck Jonathan, Pastor Reno Omokri, has reacted to the alleged death threat of Sam Omatseye. Omatseye is a columnist in Nation newspaper. A few days ago, Mr. Sam wrote an article titled Obituary. In the said article, Omatseye described the presidential candidate of Labour Party, Peter Obi, as a shelter for miscreants, noting that Obi has turned out to be an excuse for even closet Biafrans to betray open emotions about Biafra without being accused of it. It is like wearing a color beneath another color. Obi has become a shelter for both miscreants and activists of the crowd. After the article was published, Omatseye, in a statement, accused the obedience of threatening his life. He disclosed that via his Twitter handle. According to him, Mr. Peter Obi, call your supporters to order. They are calling and issuing death threats. If anything happens to me, you will be held responsible. However, reacting to the death threat, Omokri said Sam Omatseye is one of the most intelligent men in Nigeria. We belong to different political camps, but he is a near genius with the pen. A million IPOB mob can't bring him down. May God protect Sam and his family from this disguised IPOB mob in Christ's name. That was what he wrote, and that write-up did not change anything because the truth is that the people are still writing so much, and someone had to call up a particular thing he did in 2012, which means he had belonged to APC for quite a long time now, and it has to do with a picture of him wearing a goat. It's kind of a hanging stuff, and they wrote there, "This is Jonathan," and all of that. So many things that is really, really, out of place. For me, I don't think that the person of Sam Omatseye should come out to make such a statement. Though that statement was not a good statement, and I can assure you that that statement points to the fact that he has little or no feelings about Nigeria. Someone says that this kind of individual, even if it happens that Nigerian money decides to dwindle as far as 2,000 naira for one, that such people will not even say a word because they are already very comfortable with what is happening in the country. You understand? Someone said that it is really wrong for him to say this. Another person here came up with a write up, and he said that Sam Omatseye is he said obituary tag adopted by Mr. Sam Omatseye is distasteful. Mr. Peter Obi should be the one warning that nothing should happen to him. Not Oga Sam. They should not Funshaw William Peter Obi. Another person here says, brother, in 20 years' time, I can say without any fear of contradiction that whatever I will be doing, it won't be writing disgraceful smear piece like this for money. He said, maybe Sam Omatseye work hard at my age, but he clearly didn't work hard enough if this is what he is doing now. Some other person says I pity those shouting Obidiot and Obituary up and down. Just see how Zach Oji and Sam Omatseye has destroyed their career because of a few change. Tinubu is old and unfit. You all know this. Peter Obi is the man. Hausa, Yoruba, Igbos will vote him. Another person here says the four. Okay. This one here says, Mr. Peter Obi is the ideal man for the job. I'm shocked that some people still come up to say all manner of nefarious things against him. This one here says, few days ago, I said Tinubu would play dirty. I wasn't making a tweet for likes and retweet. I was speaking facts. Sam Omatseye is the first server Tinubu would bury Nigeria to become president. Stopping him has become what the opposition must sit down and really plan about. Wow, this is a good one coming in here, and it shows the level of aggressiveness that we are to expect. Someone says, how can a veteran like Sam Omatseye use the back page of a national newspaper like The Nations to write something so polarizing like this? Compare Peter to IPOB calling his supporters obituary is wrong. Time will tell. I mean, this is really, really out of place. But then I like